Have you ever looked at one of those absolutely stunning aquariums and just thought, wow, I could never afford that? Well, in this explainer, we're going to show you why that's just not true. We're going to break down exactly how you can create a professional-looking setup on a serious budget, just by focusing on smart choices instead of spending a ton of money. And that right there, that's the whole philosophy. It really is about creativity over cash. A healthy, beautiful tank is absolutely something you can do. It's just about knowing where to put your energy and your money. Okay, here's our game plan. We've got this broken down into 6 simple sections. We'll kick things off with a budget and a smart shopping list, then dive into some pro design tips, and wrap up with building out your ecosystem and picking the perfect fish. By the end, you'll have everything you need, so let's get into it. First up, let's talk real numbers. We need to get a realistic idea of the investment. Yeah, it might be a little more than you think at first, but planning ahead is seriously the single best way to save money and avoid any nasty surprises down the road. A 20-gallon tank is a fantastic starting point for any beginner. Now, if you were to walk into a store and buy everything brand new, yeah, you could easily spend around $400. But hold on, don't let that number scare you off. We're about to show you how making a few smart choices can get you an incredible setup for as little as $250. All right, this might be the most important part of the whole budget conversation, knowing where to spend your money, and just as importantly, where to save it. You see, not all aquarium gear is created equal, and being strategic here is the absolute key to getting that high-value, low-cost tank we're after. Okay, so here's the framework. You need to invest your money in the life support systems, no question. Your filter is literally the heart and lungs of the tank, and a reliable heater is completely non-negotiable. A cheap one can fail and be a total disaster. But you can save a ton of money on the tank itself by looking on secondhand marketplaces, and you can get super creative with DIY decor to slash those costs. And this budget breakdown really gives you a clear picture of where that money is probably going to go. You can see how the essential gear, the filter, heater, and lights, and the living things, your fish and plants, make up the biggest chunks of the pie. And that's exactly why that save versus invest strategy we just talked about is so crucial. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about design. This is where we build on our budget strategy, because a well-designed tank looks expensive, even when it's not. It is all about composition, not how much you spent. First things first, you need to establish a single focal point. This could be a really cool-looking piece of driftwood, or maybe a large, interesting rock. This one move gives your whole design an anchor point and stops it from looking cluttered and random. It basically tells your eyes where to look first. Next, you need to think in 3 layers. It's super simple. You keep the front, what we call the foreground, low and open, maybe with some short plants or just sand. Then you put your medium-sized stuff in the middle, and you use your tallest plants or pieces of wood in the very back. This one technique creates an incredible, almost 3D sense of depth. And please, remember this. Simplicity is key. I know it's so tempting to buy one of every plant you see, but trust me, sticking to a limited palette, just 2 or 3 types of plants and 1 type of rock or wood, creates a look that's so much more professional and intentional. Speaking of rock and wood, you can find incredible driftwood out in nature for free. You just have to make sure you follow these steps exactly to get it clean and make it safe for your fish. It's an amazing way to get a really unique, natural vibe for literally $0. Okay, now we're at what is honestly the most important and probably the most misunderstood part of setting up a healthy aquarium. You have to establish the ecosystem. And this step is totally free, but it requires the one thing that a lot of new hobbyists run out of, and that's patience. This whole process is called the nitrogen cycle. And look, don't let the sciencey name throw you off. Just think of it like this. You're building a tiny, invisible waste management system for your tank before the fish move in. You're growing an army of good bacteria that will keep the water safe. These little guys are the real heroes of your aquarium. So here it is, the time-tested plan. You set everything up, you feed very, very lightly, and this part is critical, you leave the filter alone. You see that brown gunk that builds up inside it? That's your bacterial colony. That's liquid gold. Just let nature do its thing for about 4 to 6 weeks. I'm telling you, patience is the cheapest and most effective tool you have in this hobby. So you've waited, your ecosystem is stable and ready to go, and now comes the best part, picking out your fish.
And the great news is you do not have to spend a lot of money to get a tank that's just bursting with color and activity. These species right here, they're perfect for beginners. They're all peaceful, they're super hardy, and they're pretty inexpensive. Buying them in small groups is the way to go, because that encourages their natural schooling behavior, which looks fantastic. Plus, the Corydoruses are like a little cleanup crew, always busy scavenging for leftover food. And just remember these key rules for a happy community tank. Add your fish gradually over a few weeks, don't overcrowd the tank, and please make sure everybody in there is compatible. A little bit of research before you head to the store will save you so much headache down the line.
And just like that, you've done it. You've combined smart shopping, simple design rules, and a little bit of patience to create your very own living masterpiece. You see, you didn't just go out and buy a fish tank. You actually designed, you built, and you nurtured a balanced, beautiful little ecosystem completely from scratch. And that is an incredibly rewarding feeling. So the only question left is, what story is your aquarium going to tell? With just a bit of creativity and some smart planning, you can build a stunning underwater world that won't break the bank. Thanks for watching.